2024 Jeep Renegade, is there another refresh on the way? It's no secret that Jeep is leaning toward electrification at a pretty fast pace, which indicates that many of the current models will soon be replaced with their all-electric successor. However, that won't happen so fast. The latest we heard from the officials is that Jeep plans to keep the current, gas-powered models for several more years until the company gets ready for full electrification. Therefore, the entry-level Renegade will remain in production for a few more years, despite it's been around since 2014. Still, the company will update it with a few novelties, to make it more competitive in this overcrowded segment. Among the changes we expect to see are subtle styling updates, along with a few possible interior tweaks. However, the bigger novelty may come under the hood, as some sources speculate about a new, plug-in hybrid powertrain. Despite all these changes, the overall layout will remain the same, so count on a familiar driving experience, which includes pretty respectable off-road performance. 2024 Jeep Renegade design. The current generation will remain in production for some more time, and therefore, the next year's model will bring a few more updates, to keep it fresh and competitive. The 2024 Jeep Renegade will receive minor visual changes, and we presume that they will be the same as in the case of the Brazilian market version, which was updated last year. That update brought reshaped front bumper, with restyled air intakes and new fog lights. We also saw slight revisions on the grille and headlights, while the rear end remained largely the same. The mechanical part of the vehicle won't receive any changes, so we expect to see a familiar chassis and suspension setup, which offers a smooth and comfortable ride. The driving experience isn't particularly engaging, but on the other hand, the Renegade is the best off-roader in the class. It features all-wheel drive as a part of standard equipment, while there are also upgrades like additional traction control modes, raised suspension, hill descent control, skid plates, etc. Interior. We might see some interior updates as well. At this point, it's still early for details, but if we look at the aforementioned Brazilian market model, there is a new steering wheel, digital instrument cluster, etc. The North American model might go even further and offer upgrades like a new infotainment screen and further dashboard revisions. Still, the overall cabin layout shouldn't change drastically. The latter means that you may count on the same seating configuration, where there are 2 rows of seats, both generous with space. The front seats are decently shaped and offer a high level of comfort, while the second row is very generous with headroom and accommodates taller passengers with ease. Furthermore, the cargo area that offers 18.5 cubic feet behind the second row and 50 cubic feet of the total cargo space seems quite decent for the segment. Features. Of course, new standards and available features are one of the aspects that might also receive updates. We already mentioned things like an instrument cluster, while some of the current options could also become standard in the 2024 model. For reference, the 2023 model comes standard with goodies like an 8.4-inch touchscreen, navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, a USB port, HD radio, satellite radio, and a 6-speaker stereo, as well as goodies like remote keyless entry, push-button start, and dual-zone automatic climate control. On the other hand, the list of options includes things like a 9-speaker stereo, proximity keyless entry, remote start, ambient lighting, and a panoramic sunroof. When it comes to safety, the current model comes standard with goodies like a rear-view camera, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, etc. 2024 Jeep Renegade engines. As we've just mentioned, there's a chance to see the 2024 Jeep Renegade with a new, plug-in hybrid powertrain. We presume this version would use the same system the European market model does, with a 1.3-liter gasoline engine and a single electric motor, for a combined output of 240 horsepower. On the other hand, base models are expected to carry on with a familiar 1.3-liter turbo 4 that puts out around 177 horsepower and 210 pound-feet of torque. The engine comes coupled with a 9-speed automatic transmission, which sends power to all wheels. The average fuel economy goes around 22 mpg in the city and 29 mpg on the highway, which is subpar for the subcompact SUV segment. 2024 Jeep Renegade release date and price. We expect that the 2024 Jeep Renegade will arrive sometime in the second half of the year, with a starting price of around $30,000. Key competitors are models like Honda HR-V, Hyundai Kona, Chevy Trax, etc.